Welcome back to the channel. This is Jason. I'm glad you can pop on for some possibly a failure of panoramic street photography. While I'm on the street, we are getting ready to do some new stuff. We're going to do a different thing today. We're going to do panoramic street photography. I've been wanting to do this to see how it goes. Brought my X-T3 and I have set up here a 35 millimeter, which is the 50 millimeter equivalent. Right now I'm going to set my exposure. I set my exposure for f8, 500ths of a second, and whatever ISO. The reason why I set it at 500ths of a second is because I wanted to prevent as much ghosting as I could, because people are going to be moving and there's going to be multiple pictures being taken. I don't know. This is an experiment. I've never done it. So I assumed a little bit faster shutter speed would probably be good. So I usually shoot at anyway. I use the X-T3 because it has the panoramic mode. And I will get to in a little bit why that might not be your best option. Would I have had better results with the X Pro 2? Or any camera not using a panoramic mode? You'll see why. I'll tell you why in a minute. This is going to be interesting. I've never done this before, so this is going to be a test, just like it, I'm just testing this out. This is how you work stuff out, guys. Anybody that's new in photography and is just trying to figure stuff out, this is how you do it. You just try different things and you see what happens and what and you see what happens and what doesn't happen. What doesn't. You see what happens. You see what works and doesn't work. So I need to find me a good scene. I just did a practice shot. It takes a lot of pictures. It's kind of ridiculous. But I did a practice shot. Now one thing that's going to happen is just going to be ghosting. If the people are moving, they're going to be in more than one shot. So that poses a little bit of a problem. We're just going to try it out and see what happens. This is I like this right here. Let's do this. I'm going to set up right here. I got this person just kind of chilling out with their dog. Okay, the problem with that picture, first of all, it was the worst day to go out and shoot. I have a full-time job. I do this YouTube channel, and I try to do the best I can as far as coming up with content, putting out content, and I try to be consistent. I was trying to do every Tuesday. I got a new video coming out. Last week came out on Friday because I just couldn't get around. I couldn't do it. I was busy. So you just have to forgive me about that kind of stuff. Terrible day to go shooting. There was no light. Awful, behind the clouds, fully cloudy day. Nothing was good about it. So it made there was no drama. There was no contrast. There was nothing. It was flat. Number two problem, well, there's problems. With that photo, you can't even see the subject. She's all the way to the left on the very left-hand side. Let's look at it. Let me pull it back up here. All right, she's all the way to the left. She's a speck. There is nothing good about this photograph. All right, let's move on. And another thing I did was I'm using a little bit longer lens, a normal lens, because it's already wide with the panoramic mode. So a wider lens is going to be overkill, I think. Not to mention a wider lens. First of all, the 50 millimeters is I think it's too wide. I can't see enough detail. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, that person is a speck. She's just a tiny little thing, black. I mean, she was black, but almost a silhouette. And she was a big gal. Anybody smaller wouldn't even been there. Anyway, I want to cross the street and get these people walking. There's some people sitting here. I might be able to pull that off. I don't know. It's kind of different. It's not just walking by and taking a snap. It's sitting a tripod down, and I know it's a tripod. I accidentally said tripod before I get, stabbed in the comments. I just want to point out why I read this subject. The other day on my film simulation video, I said a cross. I call it a cross. Acros, I know. I don't give a crap. How about that? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I don't care. I'm thinking 100 millimeter, 90, 85, or get closer. Problem, you can't get too close because you're doing a panoramic shot. You're setting up a tripod and aiming at somebody. If that isn't just like screaming, I'm taking your picture, I don't know what is. You're aiming at somebody and you're scanning in the whole entire area. I was just doing it. And people thought I don't know what they thought. There's one lady who was sitting on the park bench. I don't know if I'm not showing you the photo of it because which is another problem. By the time if you on the panoramic mode, you know what? I want to get to this in a little bit. But this is kind of cool. We got the fountain. We got some folks coming. Let's see what happens here. Okay, that one was better. You can actually see the people. They weren't hidden. I was a little closer. They were a lot closer to me. They thought I was doing the cord square, I'm sure. I had more pictures. That's the only ones I'm showing you guys. I had more that I took, but they weren't worth showing. These weren't even worth showing. This is more of a learning thing. I think we need a longer lens on this. There's a guy who has done panoramic shots. He did some street shots. That's where I got the idea to do this. I saw it a couple months ago. I can't remember his name. I'll try to find it. If I find it, I'll put a link in the box. No guarantees. I thought he'd done a great job. I thought the pictures were really cool. He had a lot better lighting than I had to work with. Here's what I was going to say. If you're using pano mode and you aren't perfectly level the entire time, it doesn't take the photo. It stops and says, you're not level. It stops. So my best shots did not record because I tilted a little bit too much and came off level. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Here's my suggestion. If you want to do street pano, don't put it in pano mode. Put it on continuous focus, I suppose, and either put it on rapid shot, whatever that is. I'm a 1 shot per second kind of guy. Continuous shot shooting. I don't know what it is. Anyway, gunfire. Put it on that blast mode and just do this and then stitch it together in Photoshop. And it'll be all wobber-jawed, and then you just kind of crop it all in. And it does a good job. I did that a long time ago, not in film, but back in DSLR days with my Nikon. That's how you pronounce Nikon. It's not Nikon. It's Nikon. I was so irritated by the whole acros thing that I went online. I went on YouTube trying to find out the pronunciation from it, and I found this Japanese girl doing pronunciations that Americans and most people actually mostly miscom. Like Toyota is not Toyota, it's Toyota. I don't know. Do that. Because if you screw up, you still get the shots. And you can fix it in post. You can line it up. You can crop it out. You're going to crop anyway. Who cares if you dipped a little bit? I'm not sure if I enjoyed myself doing the pano. I want to try again. I have a 50 millimeter film lens. I showed you the other day in the bag review. It's a 50 millimeter old school manual lens so that would be like 75 millimeters. It's a little tighter. I want to try that. Just set it at manual focus. I don't know if everything. I want to hand hold it. I want to do burst. That's it. Burst mode, and stitch it together in Photoshop and see if that's better results. But I like to tell stories, and also a little like light and shadow art with street stuff. And I don't know if this does it. It might, But the thing is, you can't wait for those moments. You can't get those moments. You just got to kind of let it rip and see what happens. It's almost like spray and pray. It's kind of along those lines, which I'm totally against. I don't like motor drive photography, street photography. I just don't. That's for sports. I just don't like it. I like the decisive moment, waiting for that gesture, anticipating the shots. You know, that's what I like. And that's what feels good. It's when you nail it, when you just, like when they're just stepping up or just stepping on or just raising their hand or just making that gesture and you nail it. You time it and you nail it. Or they're walking across and you want them to hit this spot and you just get it. That feels good when you nail it. And if you miss it, you miss it. Oh, well, you missed it. Maybe someone else will come along and you can try again. Maybe not. That's the game. And that's why it feels good and gives you energy, right? All right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. It's kind of a fail. Pictures weren't that great, but we learned something together. So as long as we're learning something, we're growing. You have a great day. And if you like this, smash the like button so the algorithm knows that you did. Later.